So there's the starting five: Ben Yang, Robert Sanders, Paul McCott, Harrison Warnock, and Taquan Williams. The starting five. There we go. Test. Okay. Sounds good. And so as we get ready for tip, it is Deng Diang lined up across from Dauda Dembele in the center circle. Dembele, the team leader for the Greyhounds, just over 12.5 points per game on the season. Perfect. Tip-off corralled by the Greyhounds, and it's Assumption University coming into this game with a 5-2 record. This is a non-conference game for the Greyhounds. A perfect 4-0 in NE10 conference play for the Eagles. More games out of conference, 6-4 out of conference, 1-1 in conference, and a friendly roll for Dauda Dembele to get us started in this contest. He's a junior out of Silver Spring, Maryland, 6'6", 215, and yeah, nothing more to it than that. You found the ISO look down in the post and the friendly roll on the hook shot. Assumption University, Post University, two teams that love to get up and down the floor. The Eagles of Post averaging 81.5 points per game. Assumption University, 84.3, so we're going to see these teams running, and both teams operating in a four-guard outlook to get us started. Yeah, so you can expect some perimeter scoring here. Double team by Dembele, and Barnes, and it's Dembele robbing Robert Sanders, taking it the length of the court for two. So we're 1 minute into this contest, and already 4 points for the Greyhounds' leading scorer, Dauda Dembele. The Greyhounds outscoring their opposition by just under 9 points per contest. They've been able to fluster their opponents defensively to the tune of 102 turnovers forced. Post, that's a team that operates a lot of full-court presses. They've already been able to force 168 turnovers in their 10 games, averaging about 17 forced per contest. That was Harrison Warnock, got down low, missed the shot. Shot clock resets in transition. It's Barnes for three, long off the back iron, but Sanders gets robbed by Cunningham Pemberton, and it's TCB getting the board, probing it down low. Drop step, gets Sanders in the air, but Sanders recovers on the block, and now Post taking it back the other way. Wow, we've seen a lot of offensive action down low for Assumption. The Greyhounds, a team shooting 34.3% from beyond the arc, but they have great perimeter defense. They're holding their oppositions to about 28% from beyond the arc on the campaign. And Post is a team that they're shooting at the exact same clip as Assumption. Both teams right at 34.3% from beyond the arc. But with a defense specifically perimeter-centric like the one Assumption is throwing out at them today, you're going to see more looks like this. Deng Diang on the floor, picks it back up. Look what I found right near the net as Diang was able to, he lost the ball, but instead of forcing a kick out to a perimeter look, picks it back up, and it was right there to be had. Diang, just a hair under 19 points per contest in his senior season out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. He's a junior college transfer from Southeastern Iowa Junior College. And ask and he delivers. Speaking about asking and delivering, Z McCown already the two-time NE10 Rookie of the Week, a beautiful mid-range step back, and the freshman out of Louisville, Kentucky, into the scorebook today for the Greyhounds. Now, he's a Louisville, Kentucky resident, but he's actually been up in New England a year of prep ball at the Winchendon School out there in northwestern Massachusetts. That's a bit of a hotbed, and so a talent right now for these Greyhounds on campus in Worcester. Diang gets double-teamed. Warnock slips off and picks it up at the block. Kicks it out to Akot. Over to Williams. Corner three, and down it goes for Taquan Williams, as that was heady play by Harrison Warnock, getting the kick out to Akot, and a better swing pass from Bol Akot. And here we go, the full court press. It is on for the Eagles. Greyhounds break it easily. Tangashaka off to Dembele, in and out, and Warnock there for another rebound. Harrison Warnock listed as the lone forward in the starting lineup for the Eagles. He slips open down low. That's a beautiful bounce pass, but he traveled. The entry pass from Akot was a thing of beauty, and I think Warnock didn't expect to get it on the right block. He probably thought he was a bit more centric under the basket. And so where he thought he would have an easy layup, he realized probably a bit too far under the hoop, shuffled the feet before he could get the kickout pass, and this press has allowed Assumption to take it right through the teeth of the Eagles defense. Dembele denied the first time, gets it the second time, and that was Z McCown on the look into the paint. So 8 points through the first 4 minutes of basketball here for Assumption University. Warnock swings it around to Robert Sanders. That one's out of bounds. Last touched by Assumption. Ball stays with the Eagles. Coach Mark Kuntz there trying to implore Sanders to lock in. It's a senior out of Naugatuck, Connecticut. Another junior college transfer on the roster for Coach Kuntz. He comes to post from Iowa Western. Warnock, wow, puts it behind the back. Akot open, pump fake. McCown does a great job not biting for the Greyhounds. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Akot got to the hoop. He's denied underneath. Cunningham Pemberton all the way the other way, and he flushes it for 2. Tyshawn Cunningham Pemberton, just a 38% shooter so far on the season. 1 of 1 from the floor with an emphatic slam, and it's Assumption up by 5. Williams to Diang, corner 3. It's short off the front iron. It hits off Sanders, and that whistle will take us to a media timeout. Well, pardon me. We'll keep it with you right here from the Drubner Center. 15-14 on the clock. And my apologies. No, we'll keep it right here. So it's not out off Sanders. They rule the ball. Last touch by Assumption. Some body contact pre-play here between Diang and Cunningham Pemberton. Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton, a sophomore from Connecticut. He's out of New London, played his high school ball at the St. George's School. It's Williams on the inbound for the Eagles. All the way out to Deng Diang, the Minnesota native. One dribble on the ground. Into the game, Tyler Small. Great bench shooting option here. Williams exploding through the left-handed layup, no good, but it's tipped in by Cunningham Pemberton. I think you can give Radcliffe credit for the bucket there on the tip-in, but it's number 5 in blue tipping the ball into the basket for Assumption, and that's going to force the Greyhounds to make their first move here. 4 different players at the scorer's table now for the Greyhounds waiting to check into this contest. Another bucket down low for Assumption. And they've held this game really at a 5-point lead for the past 3.5 minutes of action. Diang on the deck, gets some space. That's going to be a clean study from the right wing, and down it goes. A bit of contact there from Diang, but an opportunity for Coach Kuntz to recognize some of this momentum and freeze it right where it's at with a timeout. A lot of action through the first 5.5 minutes. 14:27 left to go in the first half. Greyhounds 12, Eagles 10. More right after this break from the Drubner Center. You are watching Post Basketball on the CACC Network. So 4 new players into this game for the Greyhounds out of the break. Miles Alcindor out there with Navon Stewart. Those are 2 players, very good scorers off the bench. Noah Payne, a defensive presence in his freshman season, also out there for the Greyhounds. And Kyle Hicks, the 4th new member on the floor. Beryl Mawo subbed in as well, so it's actually a brand new 5 on the floor for Assumption University. That ball touched out of bounds by the Eagles. It's a side-out inbound coming up here for the Greyhounds, and so it's Navon Stewart, the grad student from Newton, Massachusetts, inbounding it in. Here's Noah Payne, right back to Navon Stewart. Takes a couple steps out. He'll take it all the way back out to the three-point line as Assumption looks for some movement and finds Beryl Mawo, the junior out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Hands this one off to Kyle Hicks. Hicks probing. Ball knocked away by Small. Hicks has 3 to shoot. Puts up a long 2 from the corner. Short off the front iron. Diang absorbs some contact from Alcindor, but holds onto the board on the backside. Kick out here from Diang. Bo Lacotte, another Manchester player. Went to the Proctor Academy. Deng Diang working on Alcindor. Slip out, open 3 for Tyler Small, and down it goes for the grad student out of Babylon, New York. Tyler Small, 4th on the team with 11 points per contest. A 41% three-point shooter. That's huge. It gives the Eagles their first lead of the contest, but it goes right back to the Greyhounds as Beryl Mawo, up and down, slamming it home. He's played in all 8 games this season for the Greyhounds, 18 minutes per contest, and he averages 10 points per game. 5 different players on this Greyhounds roster. Over double digits on the season. We had hand checking at a couple of different points here. The foul goes against Assumption's number 12, Miles Alcindor. Harrison Warnock back in. We'll get our first look at Anthony Chin, the true freshman out of Derry, New Hampshire. This game's been super clean. That is just the 2nd foul committed by any player in this contest. So 1 on Pemberton, 1 on Alcindor, 2 team fouls against Assumption. And it's post. In the middle of a 9-4 run, they're trailing by 1, but they were down 5, for the bulk of the first 6 minutes of this first half. Up and down for a cot, short and left, and a rebound down low for Beryl Mawo. Player that plays just 18 minutes a game with 8 boards per contest. That was a wide-open 3, missed long by Navon Stewart. He's a really interesting player, 6'5", but can score just as easily outside as he can inside. Small, and it's blocked by Mawo. Wow, that opportunity popped open very quickly for Tyler Small. You like to see the undersized guard try and take the opportunity presented open in the lane there, but he's giving up a lot of height and potentially maybe even some more verticality to Mawo. And so for Beryl Mawo, it's his first block of the contest. It's the first block for the Greyhounds. And they've been able to answer here after post just took their first lead of the contest. 4 separate 5-point leads for the Greyhounds, and spinning and winning is Miles Alcindor. Put it on the deck, didn't waste the opportunity, good with the right hand, and so now it's Post University, waiting for the answer. Greyhounds over 50% at 7 of 13 from the field. Post 5 of 11, they can get back to 50% with a make here. It's a caught, hanging in the air, and that's great defense. It was Hicks down low, forcing the turnover. Now, Navon Stewart kicks it out. They'll reset on the perimeter here. Alcindor unchecked from distance. Oh, baby, a 26'3" for the sophomore out of England. The IMG Academy product getting into the score sheet. And if the threes are falling for the Greyhounds, it's a dangerous scenario for Post. The Eagles need an answer. It's Small. He's fouled on the shot as he's able to draw the contact against Mawo. All 3 fouls in this first half committed by Assumption University. That will be a 3-shot foul for Tyler Small, who heads to the free throw line. Exactly what you want to hear, folks. 92% on the season. 11 of 12 from the stripe, and he's got 3 coming up here. Still no fouls committed by the Post Eagles, and we are 8 minutes and 40 seconds through this first half. Small is able to rattle that one in on the front iron, and it looks like the Eagles a little excited to get back into this game. We still have 2 more free throws coming up here for Tyler Small. Post University victorious their last time out. had to score 111 points to get the W over Bridgeport in a 111-100 victory. It is a 5-game winning streak for the Assumption Greyhounds, and 4 of those 5 games coming in conference. All of those wins by 10 or more points, including wins of 16 and 17 their last 2 times out. So this is an Assumption team that is really clicking on all cylinders at this point of the season. 5 and through, looking for their 6th win in 8 games. Small, a big answer at the line for the Eagles. He makes all 3. We're back to a 1-possession game. Hicks, right in on Warnock. Wow, he got inside on Taekwon Williams and Harrison Warnock, and Kyle Hicks with his 2nd bucket. Another one of these players that comes off the bench and provides so much offense. 10.3 points per game, 57% shooter, and he plays the point. A lot of talent on this Greyhounds roster. Warnock gets bodied up out high by Mawo. Has Diang. Diang drop step, gets through both defenders, but he misses everything short. Alcindor can't grab the rebound. Mawo does. Hicks lost it off his foot. Diving to make the steal is Trey Duncan. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow gives it back to Post University. There's some good hustle there for Duncan, the junior out of Meriden, Connecticut. He will stay on. Sanders comes back on for the Eagles. So resetting the floor, 4 of 5 starters on the floor right now for Post University. It's Trey Duncan and Taekwon Williams in the backcourt. Deng Diang at center, Harrison Warnock and Robert Sanders out on the wings. Williams going to look right at Warnock on that right elbow. Hands it off on a dribble action to Sanders. Sanders, left-handed drive, nothing doing, so he'll kick it out to Williams for 3. It goes long through some contact. Warnock fighting there, gets the rebound inside of Stewart. Might have been out of bounds. No, it was a shot clock issue, and that will allow the Eagles and the Greyhounds to reset. That's the 3rd time now that we've had a stoppage mid-action for the shot clock, and you know, a lot of times both benches, their antennas will go up and start paying attention to that. Still no fouls committed by Post University as we're about halfway through this first half here. Just 3 against Assumption. Shot clock at 17 seconds here, and it's a side out incoming with Robert Sanders waiting for the go-ahead. Ready to go underway here from the Drubner Center as Taekwon Williams flashes up, gets it 5 feet inside the half-court line. Working against Noah Payne. Ball finds Sanders, 8 to shoot, 7 to shoot. Pocket is picked by Kyle Hicks. Hicks flubs the dribble, but he's got a trailer in the form of Miles Alcindor hanging short off the front iron. Diang had it for a second, but it's Alcindor picking up his own board. And as we are halfway through this first half, a fresh crop of Greyhounds waiting to check back in as they hold a 5-point lead here. Mawo on Warnock. Warnock gets the tip, but contact on the way up, and 2 free throws coming for Baril Mawo. It took us 10 minutes and 12 seconds in the first half for a foul to be committed by Post, well, for a foul to be called against Post University, and it goes against Harrison Warnock, his first. Warnock 3rd on the team in minutes per contest, averaging just over 30 minutes, 30.2 per game. First free throw in the air for Mawo. Misses short. Wanted to wait for that first free throw to go up before I ran the risk of running a broadcaster's jinx. Mawo was 14 of 15 from the stripe this season before that miss. If he makes this second one, he will still go back up to over 93% for the season. When you have a power forward center type player that can get to the line that much and hit it that clip, just an added luxury. And he's able to get that friendly roll high off the back iron. So the lead up to 6, that is the second 6-point lead Assumption has held in this game. And right now it feels like the Greyhounds decently in control. Post University was able to make it a 3-point game again, but that was because of 3 made free throws from Tyler Small, and they forced a lot of long-distance looks. The Eagles now 5 of 13 from the field. The Greyhounds 10 of 17. Sanders, beautiful pass down low, but the block on the backside of the play by Z. McCown. And now McCown taking it the other direction. Bounce pass is kicked away. So Trey Duncan going to have a chance to make amends here as it's Sanders in transition to Williams into the corner. Diang for 3, and down it goes for Deng Diang. 8 points now, leading all scorers in this contest, and the Eagles needed that one as they are now 4 from 6 from beyond the arc, but another quick bucket, another one for Cunningham Pemberton. as he had Tangashaka down there as well. Tyshawn Cunningham Pemberton, 4 points now to go along with 2 rebounds. Warnock to Williams. Williams creates some space behind the back. A Euro step through the ball, creeping over the front of the rim, and the rebound pulled in by Dauda Dembele. Barnes wanted to put up the 3. Jamal Barnes averaging 11 points per contest, and that's a palming violation called on Barnes. Jamal Barnes leads Assumption with 19 three-pointers made through 8 games this season. He's at 39%. Assumption as a team doesn't put up all that many threes. In their 7 games, they've taken 143 threes. So parsing the numbers, that's right at 20 threes attempted per contest. Post University averaging 26 threes attempted per game. Those numbers holding true right now. It's the Eagles with twice as many attempts from long distance. 3 more than the Greyhounds. And that's going to be a defensive foul there committed by Dauda Dembele. It's his first and the team's 4th. Bit of a 50-50 play there, as you could make the argument maybe Warnock didn't have true possession of that basketball. Heard the horn, no subs going in either direction. And still 20 to shoot here for Post University on the baseline inbound. This game has had the pacing that we expected, but the scoreboard not necessarily reflecting it yet. Still 8:14 to play in this first half. Taquan Williams had some trouble there, finds Warnock. Warnock with the size advantage on Cunningham Pemberton, kicks it all the way out to Sanders, short off the front iron. Diang, some contact on the backside by McCown, and it's the 3rd rebound now for Tyshawn Cunningham Pemberton, spinning all the way through. And let's see, wow. So we had whistles coming from referees on both sides of the play. It looked like the referee under the basket might have been going to call the contact. Instead, the referee behind the play calls the travel. Turnovers haven't really hampered either team. That is now the 4th turnover for the Greyhounds. Both teams right now with 4 turnovers. And we're flying through the first half here at the Drubner Center, as this game has not had any media timeouts. We've had 1 timeout taken by the Greyhounds. Bolacott stopping at the left elbow. Great on-ball defense by Dauda Dembele, and he's letting Akot hear it. Double team against Radcliffe. It finds Diang, and that's the 3rd 3-ball made this half by Deng Diang. He's up to 11. He's 4 of 6 from the floor and 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. A mini 6-0 run right now for the Post Eagles, back to within 2. Cunningham Pemberton, skies up. There's a lot of contact, folks. That's a lot of contact down low. It will be a block by Radcliffe. Coach Foucher reorienting his Greyhounds defense right in front of us here, but probably a legitimate gripe here from the Greyhounds bench. There were 2 Eagles vertical, at both off the ground there. Taking it is Dembele. He'll reset it with 9 to shoot now at the coach's hash. Goes right in on Radcliffe. This is Tangashaka, has to beat the shot clock, misses long, but Cunningham Pemberton is there, got it and 1. That is the 4th rebound in the first half for Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton, and what a time for the Greyhounds. Puts them back up 4 with a chance to make it 5 here. That's the sophomore out of New London, Connecticut, with a huge impact so far. He's up to 6 points now with 4 rebounds in the contest and an assist. On the season, Cunningham Pemberton, a 56% free throw shooter, but this free throw looms large. A chance to stretch the lead back out to 5 for the Greyhounds. Post has taken the lead once in this first half. They made it 13-12. Really, it's felt like the Greyhounds have held about a 4 or 5 point lead the entirety of this first half. Whistle away from the play here, so that's going to be the 3rd team foul committed by Post University. First on Akot. So this shot clock needs to be reset from 26 down to 16. My apologies. Not a foul against the Eagles on the play. Resetting the court right now for post. As we have the dreaded broadcaster scenario of a quiet gym and the only man talking. It's Taquan Williams, Deng Diang, Joakim Radcliffe, Bol Akot, and Tyler Small, the 5 on the floor for post. Meanwhile, on the floor right now, close to the starting lineup for the Greyhounds with Z McCown, Dauda Dembele, Jamal Barnes, Tyshawn Cunningham Pemberton, and Lenny Tangashaka. So this is the starting 5 here for the Greyhounds. Look at that, up and under by McCown. Leaves it begging ever so slightly. That pass ahead of Williams. Diang runs the floor, but look at that play, getting the timeout right in front of his own bench. It's Dauda Dembele putting body on the line and forcing a huge turnover. A lot of momentum potentially on the table right now for the Greyhounds as they force the steal and call the timeout with 6:38 left to go. They'll take a quick break. Let's take one as well. 6:38 remaining in the first half. The Assumption Greyhounds 26, the Post Eagles 22. More right after this on the CACC Network. We're back here at the Drubner Center. My name, Chris Del Sordo. You are watching Post University basketball on the Nest Network, viewable online at caccnetwork.com and at Go Post Eagles on YouTube. It's a 4-point lead for the Assumption Greyhounds, and a chance to extend that to their first 7-point lead of the contest thanks to Dauda Dembele's hustle. 6 points, 2 boards, now 2 steals, and he was able to get the timeout while sliding on the hardwood. They look his direction right now on the right block. Joakim Radcliffe able to poke the ball free. Now Dembele shouldering him in. Too much contact there committed by Radcliffe, and that is the third personal foul committed by Post University. So 3 fouls against the Eagles up to this point in the contest, 4 against Assumption. It's been a rather clean first half of basketball in spite of the runs up and down the floor. Both teams look to be operating in a 4-out offense. Now Assumption has switched to more of a 2-forward look, and they've been able to find some looks right down low around the hoop here. Although that's some probing defense there, and Bol Akot will get credit for the steal after he knocks the ball off the leg of Jamal Barnes. My name is Chris Del Sordo. You are inside the Drubner Center here as Post University looking to get to 7-4 on the season and get back to 500 at home. Assumption has a chance to move to 6-2 and a perfect 4-0 on the road to start the campaign. Diang. Oh, they just take it away from him. Dembele now with his 3rd steal of the contest. Around Warnock, up and in for 2, and that's right-handed for Dauda Dembele. He is up to 8 points on a very efficient 4 of 6 clip. The third 6-point lead now for the Greyhounds. Tied for their largest. Probing, ball poked free by Cunningham Pemberton. It's Tangashaka all the way for 2, and he lets the Eagles hear it as both Cunningham Pemberton and Tangashaka read the route. Assumption, so many points off turnovers now. Doubling up the Eagles, 12 of their 30 points coming off post turnovers. That's a huge 3-ball, and down it goes for Tyler Small, right in the face of Jamal Barnes. Some clutch scoring for the grad student for post, now 9 points. How about this? 20 of the 25 Eagles points scored by either Deng Diang or Tyler Small. We have Beryl Mawo getting ready to check back into the game, and a full timeout from the Drubner Center. 5:09 left to go here in the first half. The Assumption Greyhounds 30, the Post Eagles 25. More right after this on the CACC Network. Welcome back into the Drubner Center. My name is Chris Del Sordo. You are tuning in to Post University Basketball live on the CACC Network. Most of these numbers favoring the Assumption Greyhounds as they hold a 5-point lead here. The reason that the Post University Eagles still within 5 points is shooting from beyond the arc. Post University 6 of 9 from distance. Assumption, they've only attempted 3 threes. Now they break the floor and down it goes. Oh, it's showtime here at the Drubner Center as Alcindor breaks the press and Mawo climbs the ladder. Beryl Mawo, a very productive 5 minutes off the bench. 5 points, 3 rebounds, and a block, and the largest lead for Assumption. But hold that thought as Bol Akat makes his second field goal of the contest. Lead back to within 5. That's an overpress there by Post. It allows Assumption to lob the ball over the top, and that is the first foul committed by Akat. So now both teams with 4 team fouls here, 4:42 left to play in this first half. So we may flirt with some foul trouble, 1-and-1s at the end of this first half, but the referees have been, letting the guys play. Oh, no. Oh, that's hard to see as Akat tried to stay with Alcindor on the dribble, and that's going to be a non-contact injury here as it's Akat on the court. Coming in for him is going to be Anthony Chim, the freshman out of Derry, New Hampshire, but the training staff tending to Bol Akat, and that will send both teams to the benches and allow us to take a quick break. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the first half, and we'll be back right after this on the CACC Network. And so he was able to get back up under his own power, was Bol Akat, but now some help from his teammates. Heading off the hardwood and towards the locker room. That's going to loom large here for the Eagles. The senior out of Manchester, New Hampshire, remember, second on the team with 14 points per contest. 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting with 2 assists for Akat in this game. And so now a huge opportunity for the freshman, Anthony Chin, to help the cause here and help keep the Eagles in it. They're going to need to bolster the defense here, as whether it's been in transition or in the half-court set, it's been easy to find for Assumption. They're still over 60% from the field at 15 of 25 in this game. Alcindor on the right wing. Some strong defense from Chin. Alcindor probing in. He picked up the foot. That's a traveling violation by Miles Alcindor. Well, to my left, you have Coach Scout Foucher in his 12th year here running the show for the Greyhounds, imploring the referee that he kept that pivot foot down. Look to see a little bit of a slide there out of Alcindor. You'll take it if you're Post University. Now a chance to make it a one-possession game. Taquan Williams got started with an early bucket, but he's missed his last 3 shots. He's 1 of 4. Now Tyler Small. Opposite story for him. 2 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. There was a chance for Dieng. Hung in the air a bit too long, missed the layup short. Payne in the corner, gets it back. Noah Payne for 3, misses everything. Although it checks up off the back rim, it's another Mawo board, spinning and winning for 2 more. Beryl Mawo, 7 points, 3 boards, and a block. And the Greyhounds looked like maybe they would be back in a 1-possession game. It's back to a 3-possession lead for Assumption. Dieng spinning, loses possession of the ball, gets it back, misses the ball long. Rebound gets kicked away to the Greyhounds, and they're running again. Noah Payne probing in, left-handed dribble, blocked by Taquan Williams. The Eagles looking to answer in transition. Williams gets met immediately at the 3-point line by Payne. Now a probing double team here between Hicks and Payne. Ball loose. Possession arrow gives it back to the Greyhounds. And so that swarming double team by the junior Kyle Hicks and the freshman Noah Payne forcing the turnover. Post had kept it pretty clean in the first half, but they have committed 4 turnovers in the past 5 minutes. They are up to 8 first-half turnovers. It's 7 committed by the Greyhounds. Assumption holding a 7-point lead, tied for their largest lead in the half. a chance to maybe even make this a 10-point game as we're under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Mawo to Alcindor. Looking to free up Payne. Williams is able to stay under the screen, so it's Alcindor working on Chin, and that's going to be a foul on Harrison Warnock, I believe. Yes, it's going to go against Harrison Warnock there as they kept trying to slide the action in his direction underneath. I believe he's going to get called for the contact into the back of Mawo. Shot clock back up to 20. Greyhounds working very quickly on the inbound. In rhythm, 3-ball, misses long. Chin is able to crash in and get it. That was Navon Stewart. Now he's 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Taquan Williams probing. Kick out in the corner to Sanders. Now Tyler Small. Chin can't get out there in time to help him out, so Small still on the ball. ISO look, Warnock gets pushed from the backside by Mawo. That's the second player now with 2 personal fouls in this game. It is the 5th team foul committed by Assumption. Six team fouls against Post. And so we might see some 1-and-1s here as they look Small's direction. Chin off the backside. That inbounds pass pushes him a bit too far away from the 3-point line. And so now it's Small. 3 Eagles cutting. It frees up Chin on the right elbow. Jab step, shoulder shimmy, out to Taquan Williams. Corner 3, down it goes for Taquan Williams. He needed that. Now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Both of his baskets 3-pointers. Eagles back to within 4. Hicks, jump stop. That left foot is in the paint. He's got to get out of there. His outlet is Noah Payne. Payne spins right around Sanders. A thing of beauty for the freshman. Just enough lean to create some space, and then the spin moves catches Sanders completely off guard. Noah Payne, another bucket for the bench unit here for Assumption. Sanders working on Payne, has the height mismatch. Can't get the first shot to fall, but he gets his own rebound and he tips it back in for 2. Those second chance buckets have been available for both teams. It's been tough sledding for both teams around the rim. That's gotta feel big for Sanders. Robert now 1 of 3. Post back to within 4, and Assumption ever so slightly slowing down their tempo now in the half court. Mawo, they give him the 3. He puts it back on the deck to Noah Payne. Little slip screen there. Frees up a 2-ball for Payne. In and out. Halfway down. Ball is there to be had for Dieng, and the Eagles have a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Williams. Let's see how they try and work the 2-for-1. Not paying attention to it is Small. Oh, beautiful look down low. That's a thing of beauty to Dieng. Tyler Small, you have to pay attention to him as he has 9 points on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. Feels a slight double team, slips it down low to Deng Dieng, who leads everyone in this game with 13 points. That tray ball long by Stewart, and the foul committed underneath the play by Alcindor. That is his second. It is the team's 6. So both teams now with 6 fouls. Dembele right in front of me at the scorer's table. He'll come back in, along with Lenny Tangashaka. So it's Tangashaka, Dembele, Payne, Hicks, and Navon Stewart, the 5 on the floor for the Greyhounds. Harrison Warnock, Deng Dieng, Tyler Small, Taquan Williams, and I believe Robert Sanders, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Shot clock is off. Post University has a chance to either tie this game or take the lead into halftime. Post has improved their shooting substantially over this past 4-minute clip of basketball. At one point, they were at 38% in this game. They're up to over 46%. Williams, one-on-one against Payne here. He'll keep it around the logo. No one moving either way. Just a dribble show right now. Coach Coots puts this play in motion. Dieng hands it off to Sanders, and that's an offensive foul there. It looks like Dieng will be the guilty party. A moving screen, well, both a moving screen and an elbow into the screen. So there goes the chance to tie the game for Post. We'll see Joakim Radcliffe back in for the Eagles as they make that defense for offense sub here. Tyler Small right in the face of Lenny Tangashaka. They go back to Payne. 4 seconds. Payne kicks out. Corner 3 for Stewart, and he got it. 1 for 4 in the first half from beyond the arc, but he got it when he needed it, and it's a 5-point lead for Assumption University as we hit the half at the Drubner Center. The Greyhounds shoot 55% in the first half, and they take a 5-point lead into the locker room. At halftime, the Post University Eagles 34, The Assumption University Greyhounds 39. We'll take a very quick break and we'll come back with the halftime numbers in 30 seconds here on the CACC Network. We're back here at the Drubner Center. It is halftime on the campus of Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. A 5-point lead right now for the Assumption Greyhounds, 39-34. Side by side, not much between these two teams, but a couple of stat points going in completely conflicting directions. 17 rebounds for Assumption University, just 12 for Post, but it's Post shooting 7 of 10 from beyond the arc, and Assumption right now at 2 of 7. We are back here at the Drubner Center, and there are those halftime numbers for you. So a 5-point lead for the Assumption Greyhounds, 39-34. This game would be a shooting coach's dream. In total, this game over 50%, as the teams have combined for 30 of 58 shooting. It's Assumption right now ahead of the Eagles. 18 of 32 puts them at 56.3% from the field in this contest. The reason Post has stayed in this game, 70% shooting from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 for Deng Diang, 2 of 2 for Tyler Small, 2 of 3 for Taquan Williams. If that wasn't the situation, this would be a pretty big lead for Assumption. 5 more rebounds for the Greyhounds. They have 17 to the Eagles' 12. 2 less turnovers, but more importantly, 9 more points off of turnovers scored by Assumption University. Very quickly, we'll take a run through the individual numbers here. Dauda Dembele leading the way for Assumption. He has 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals from the power forward position. No one over 10 points in this game for Assumption, but a very balanced scoring line. After Dembele, it is 7 points for Beryl Mawo, 5 for Miles Alcindor, 4 for Lenny Tangashaka, Zay McCown, 4 for Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton, 3 for Navon Stewart. He hit that 3-ball right at the end of the half, and 2 apiece for Kyle Hicks and Noah Payne. So if you're keeping track at home, 9 of the 10 players that have hit the floor for Assumption have scored in this contest. It's leading from the front here for Post University. 22 of the team's 34 points scored between Deng Diang and Tyler Small. And combined, those two are 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. 13, 2 and 1 for Diang. 9 points and 1 assist for Tyler Small. 6 points for Taquan Williams. 2 points apiece for Bo Akot, Robert Sanders, and Joakim Ratcliffe. And so with that, as I take a look at the scoreboard here, just under 9 minutes left to go in this halftime intermission. So folks, you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want, but don't go too far. We will be back in 8.5 minutes with a quick recap and a start of half number 2. One more time from the Drubner Center at halftime, the Assumption Greyhounds 39. The Post Eagles 34. We'll be back with the second half in 8.5 minutes on the CACC Network.
Kate Hagelson in there, aggressive on the forecheck. Julia Wysocki skates right by her, however, into the offensive zone. Passes one into the slot. The shot on goal. They score! It's a power play goal, and Post University takes a 1-0 lead. Rowan Ringer tallies the goal for Post and puts them on top 1-0 early in this game. That 1-2-1 defense, really it's a 1-3 defense from Post University. They're playing it well. And they cut it off once again at neutral ice. How about this? McCavicus all alone, moving towards the net. She scores! A beautiful short-handed goal. Selena McCavicus, are you kidding me? Two to nothing, Post University, and you don't see many prettier than that. Fans making some noise, and we're underway for the final 20 minutes here in Shelton. Can Sacred Heart come back down 2-0, or can Post University hang on for one of their biggest wins of the season? Immediately, the Pioneers go into the offensive zone. Someone's stick went flying into the air. Post can't quite clear it out. Sacred Heart sends it in just a little bit deeper, but now McCavicus has it. McCavicus sends it out of the defensive zone. Savannah Popick has it, and ultimately she couldn't handle it cleanly. Ringer into the offensive end, takes the shot, she scores! Rowan Ringer right off the bat, 30 seconds in, makes it a 3-0 Post lead. Ringer's second goal of the game.
But McElhaney, the only one there now behind the net with a centering pass in front. Quick pass was Gardner, and the puck dumped all the way down. Pekka, with his speed, goes after it. Looked like he was going toward the net, spun to the corner, then centered it out in front with a chop shot. They score! The streak is over as Aiden Kennedy gets his first goal as an Eagle at 14:30. And the Eagles have a 1-0 lead, all on the speed of Mateo Pekka. Takes a shot that's deflected by Delory, then taken away nicely by the aggressive play of Meyer. Meyer up on right wing, feeds a nice little pass ahead to Santoro, in over the line, closes it and scores! Nice little chip pass by Meyer for his first varsity point, and Santoro came in on right wing and ripped the shot by McLarnon. At a 1 minute even, Santoro's third goal of the year, and the Eagles have a 2-0 lead, Coach.
Yeah, he did a really good job of selling pass, and you can see the goaltender just leaned a little bit, at which point Joe released the shot.
From about 20 feet out, that just went wide. Puck inside the zone. In front, they score. A loose puck ends up on a stick of Jake Lavoie, 10 feet out. No chance for Kunin, and out comes the Eagles over the line. Gets the center as Kennedy. Dumps it in. Eagles will chase after it. Murray. Murray wins the race. Leaves it for Kennedy, who's pinching in down low. Nice pass to Murray.
2-goal lead at home, and you're going into the third.
Back to the point. A long shot, they score, and there it is right there. Deflected shot by Jake DiNapoli, his league-leading 8th of the season on a wrist shot from the point of McKiernan. Howell and Paragawa, which we've probably said 10 times tonight on the draw, won by Howell. Dump behind the net, and Howell will pick it up. Go to the far side corner, and back to the point to Noble. Noble scores on a wrist shot from the top of the left point, and he gets it by McClernand, and that's a gigantic goal at 4:58. The Eagles regain the 2-goal lead. Noble's first goal of the season. And back quickly comes Lavoie. Lavoie over the line, loses the puck, sends it towards Cunin. Lavoie behind the net, looks to center about it, he scores. Somehow that went in. Lavoie came out the other side with it and just took a turnaround rip shot. Face off one in front. It gets deflected through the slot, popped up in the air out to center. Corliss falls down. Opportunity for McQuegan, and goes high with 10. Toward the net, it's in, they score! It's McCall! Found a puck on the other side of the red line and put it in, and the Eagles are going to come away with a conference victory. It's 5-3 in 1952.
Triggers it in. Gascon from Spain. Stripped, stolen, Daycox cookies. Offensive rebound. Burns. Knifing, sneaking inside, and picking up the 2 from the Eagles for this team last year. Stolen, Rossignol, bounce it, Cutter for Nerdy. Wow. Daycox, steal. Looking to get ahead of the field for 2. Timeout. Thought that it should have been a kick ball. Eagles get it right back, however. Harris pushing, kicking, Burns, firing, book it. It's a 3. Eagles a little flat here offensively. Cross, kick for Nerdy, lines it up. Bullseye. It's a 3. Throw it into Parks. DHO with Daycox. Lasers one inside. Washington out to Fernerdi. Just hit one back to back. Yes, sir. Of a number. Burns pulls and hits. Warnock sets the screen. A cot. Swing it. Dieng, he's hit 18 threes this season. Make it 19. Be way strong. A cot shovel. Dieng for 2 +1. First 5 coming back to the table here for Bridgeport. Williams driving, leaning, scooping, and scoring. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Driving kick. Warnock open for 3. Didn't want it. Cutter, Sanders right back to a cot. Pick and pop. Warnock for 3. Things in the second half. Sanders top of the key. Pick and pop. Dieng launches and hits a 3. A caught, cross, bounce. Warnock chiseling, kicking, a caught, jumper. Yes. Get it down. Cross, backpedaling, jumper, and 1. A chance at 4 for Dang Dieng. Tried to get the step, cross-court skip, chin, extra feed. Williams, no hesitation, got a 3. And Dice made the rebound and the push ahead. A cop the steal, a caught. Hammer time! Big finish. Play, Dieng takes it right away. Dieng shovels it. Extra feed, a caught, spots up for 3. Williams throw it ahead. Lofting pass. Sanders lob. Dieng jam. The lob and the jam. Sanders to Dieng.
Get after it this early, but second game of the weekend, sometimes that happens too.
Run PMC out there for the Eagles as McCallum, McDevitt, and Pekka take the ice. And Macau, who had his first varsity goal, the empty netter that iced the game at 19:52 in the third yesterday, had a goal and an assist as well. Long shot from Kenny at the point, right past it. Rebound, they score! And real quick at 2:50, Run PMC does it again. And Connor Macau liked what he did yesterday, and he scored again, his second of the season. And he
So we hop in the second half now, 30 seconds into the action. As we are back here, no scoring so far. 5-point lead for Assumption. Post with one possession, they commit a turnover, and a full court press now. 4 players on the opposite side of half court. Too much contact there by Sanders on the backside of the play, and so our second half we'll get started with a post-University personal foul. It's the second of the game, committed by Robert Sanders. 2 points in the first half on 1 of 3 shooting. Most importantly for anyone following this game with post-University, Bull Akot back onto the floor. So what looked to be a potentially very scary moment. He was reaching towards that right knee. Took him some help to get back up on the hardwood. He's back, doesn't look to have any limited mobility out there on the guard position. So the 5 on the floor, the starting 5 for Post-University in Williams, Sanders, Akot, Warnock, and Diang. Same story on the other side of the aisle for Assumption. It's their starting 5 as well. Cunningham Pemberton with Tangashaka, McCown, Dembele, and Jamal Barnes. So we're reset now. 1 foul each direction here. As that was a second foul picked up by Dembele. Or pardon me, Cunningham Pemberton in the opening of this first half. Dembele gets the roll. It sits up off the back iron and drops in for 2. 10 points now on a hyper-efficient 5 of 7. And it's another shot clock issue over here. I think maybe one less clock operator than normal on the scorer's table, but that now the players are starting to pick up on it, and the momentum seems to be left on the horn a little bit there for Assumption. It allows Post to reset their entry here. It's both the Greyhounds and the Eagles instilling a full court press here to get action started in half number 2. Williams to Diang. Almost traveled on that handoff. He's able to keep the ball going around the perimeter. Williams, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc today. Thought 3. Back to Diang. It's knocked out of bounds by Dembele. We mentioned just a 2 turnover differential between the teams at halftime. 9 turnovers committed by Post, 7 committed by Assumption. But in those 9 committed by Post, that led to 15 Greyhounds points. Meanwhile, the Eagles just 6 points off turnovers. Akot to Sanders, out to Diang. Not a clean handle, but it's Williams, the open 3, misses short. Poke by Sanders. That's going to be an over and back. No, it'll stay with the Eagles, and it's tipped by the Greyhounds, which allows the shot clock to reset. Warnock asking for it. Kick out. Dang, he's blocked by Cunningham Pemberton. But he loses it after going behind the back. Akot in rhythm for 3. and it's tipped by Sanders. Wow, it's Barnes climbing the ladder and getting the board for the Greyhounds. But he throws it away to Sanders. He was moving a little too quickly there for the rest of the team. A cut. A hectic 20 seconds of basketball. Williams got it. And might that calm this game down? It took us 2 minutes, but Post gets their first points of the second half, and that's a huge third tray ball made by Taquan Williams. He's coming off a career-high 36-point performance in the 111-100 win over Bridgeport. That might have been rim interference there, but instead it's just good defense from Dieng. Williams pokes it free. It finds Dembele. He goes down low to Tangashaka. Now deep in the corner with it, Z McCown, the reigning NE10 Rookie of the Week. Brilliant dribbling there. Shot misses off the front iron, but the rebound picked up by Lenny Tangashaka on the backside. A rebound and a steal to go along with his 4 points, and a tray ball from distance for the Greyhounds. That lead goes back up to 7 for Assumption. Lenny Tangashaka, his 7th point of the contest. Coming into action, a 50% three-point shooter, Warnock. Lost the pivot foot, got the shot off in time, but then gets his own rebound, misses the subsequent putback. And the shooting still by the wayside. Wow, a no-look oop to Tangashaka. It's blocked away by Warnock. You like the thinking there by Z McCown. He gets it back, gives it to Dembele. Old reliable for the Greyhounds. 2 more for Dauda Dembele. 12 points now. He's 6 of 9 from the floor, and the largest lead for Assumption University in this contest. They're up 9, and we have a timeout taken by Mark Kuntz. So much energy at this Assumption University bench. A hot start out of the halftime break. They're outscoring the Eagles 7-3, and that's a full timeout taken by Post's Mark Kuntz. So we'll take a break as well. 16:32 left to go here in the second half. The Assumption Greyhounds 46, the Post Eagles 37. More right after this break on the CACC Network. Back here at the Drubner Center, and Dauda Dembele has been leading the way for the Greyhounds all season. In just 26 minutes per game, he averages 13 points and 7 boards and 1.5 assists per contest. He's leading from the front again for the Greyhounds. The junior out of Silver Spring, Maryland, Perkiomen High School product. 12 points now to go along with 4 rebounds, 3 steals. He's the reason that the Greyhounds are in front by 9, 46-37. It's still the starting 5 out there for the Eagles. Let's see if this first unit can get them back into this contest. This 9-point lead by Assumption, the largest they've had all game. Williams, kick out, corner 3 from Sanders goes just long, and it's another rebound by Cunningham Pemberton. He leads all players now with 6 in this contest to go along with 4 points and a block. Dembele hands it off to Barnes. It's a great problem to have for Assumption University that Barnes has only taken 2 shots. He's missed both of them. They're still holding a 9-point lead. Dembele can't get the rebound, but his pestering of Dieng allows Cunningham Pemberton to make his game-high 7th board. Up and under and got it for 2. What a two-way player this Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton is proving to be for the Greyhounds. 6 points, 7 boards, and a double-digit lead for the first time in this game for Assumption. Akat loses it on the way to the hoop. Greyhounds are running. Dembele stripped by Williams. Hold that thought. It's a foul en route to the hoop. Dembele hits the deck hard, but I believe that will be foul on the floor. No, pardon me, foul on the shot, so we will have 5 new Greyhounds coming in. in the next seconds. For Williams, it's his first, the team's second foul here in the second half. And Assumption University, who led this game by 5 at halftime, now up 6, a chance to stretch this game's high lead out to 13 points here with Dembele at the line. First of 2 for the Maryland product. Short off the front iron. Dembele, he does everything well. That's an 85% free throw shooter up to this point in the season. That was his first look from the line at this contest. How about this? Assumption University, 48 points in this game, just 4 free throws attempted, and they've made just one of their 4 free throws so far, but scoring on the outcourt play, no issues. Dembele comes off. He has a team-high 13, now tied for a game-high, both Dang Diang and Dauda Dembele. A lot of alliteration right then. Both of those players with 13 points in this contest. Problem for the Eagles is after Dang Diang, you have 9 points from Williams and Small, and then only 3 other players with a combined 6 points. It has been just a wealth of scoring across the roster. 10 players have hit the hardwood for Assumption. 9 of them have made baskets. Diang, right into a double team. It's Small, open on the left corner, puts it on the deck, and he gets fouled en route to the hoop. Believe they will get number 0, Lenny Tangashak, or no, pardon me, that's Mawo underneath. And that is the first player with 3 fouls against them in this contest. So 3 personals on Mawo. That's the second team foul for Assumption. Baseline inbound underneath here for the Eagles. We're 5 minutes into the second half, 20 to shoot. Ball finds Akot. Akot one-on-one against the freshman Noah Payne. Radcliffe feigns the screen. Ball finds Diang. Has a size mismatch on Alcindor, but it's Miles Alcindor winning the battle underneath with the block. 4 blocks in this contest now for the Assumption Greyhounds. Noah Payne looking to keep a good thing going here. What a run it has been for the Greyhounds, and it continues with a look from deep. It's a long 2 for Assumption. They're out 14 now. Game's largest lead. Mawo just got his game-high 7th rebound of the contest. There's Radcliffe climbing the ladder. Assumption wants an over-the-back call. Instead, Alcindor, keeping his coach Scott Foucher honest there, admitting, no, that one's on me. So for Miles Alcindor, it's his 3rd personal, team's 3rd. 2 players in this game with 3 personal fouls. They both play for the Assumption Greyhounds. Radcliffe gets his 2nd bucket of the contest. Beautiful little drop step there on the right block. The Eagles needed that to bring them back to within 12, but look at Assumption running the floor. Hicks runs into trouble in the double team, has Alcindor there as the outlet in the corner, and now Noah Payne. One-on-one against Deng Diang, gets him reaching, gets him leaning, spinning. It's short off the front iron. Radcliffe gets the board for post. That's his 3rd of the contest. Akot. Eagles needing to win really each and every possession for the next couple of minutes here, and that's a traveling violation committed by Akot. He flirted with that type of turnover a couple of times now here in the second half. Finally draws the whistle. 3 more turnovers for post than Assumption, as it's 12 now for the Eagles, just 9 for the Greyhounds. You hate to see this if you're Coach Kuntz. 6 players, each with 2 turnovers apiece, so it's not as if, one player has had issues. And as we are having a conversation about turnovers, there's a bad one committed by Miles Alcindor on the travel. So it'll be 20 seconds to shoot here for Post University, as Assumption never credited with having that basketball. So basically a free reset after a made basket is what this turns into for Post. Williams on the inbound, looking for Small. That one's read well by Kyle Hicks. Harrison Warnock pops free. Long 2, and he got it. That is the first basket of the game for Harrison Warnock, the player who leads the team with 3 double-doubles this season. Now 1 of 3 from the floor. Williams almost pinches the steal away from Alcindor, but then too much contact committed by Radcliffe, the guilty party on the backside of that play. It's his 2nd and the team's 3rd. So we're up to 3 team fouls in both directions here with 13:24 left to go in the second half. A bit of a different story than we had in the first half. Just a combined 6 free throws attempted in the first half. Assumption 1 of 3, Post 3 of 3. We never got to the 1-1. Both teams stayed at 16 fouls to end the half. Probably a different scenario coming up here as Radcliffe commits his second. Alcindor in rhythm for three, misses long. Skying up is Joakim Radcliffe, getting his fourth board of the game. Now 4 points and 4 boards for the sophomore from Miami, Florida. Warnock just got on the board for his first points. Little 4-0 run here for the Eagles. Small gets the up fake. Kick out to Chin. Over to Warnock. Puts it on the deck. Dribbles it in and misses long. Payne pestering Warnock was able to force the miss long. And I believe that's a traveling violation, yes. So right when Assumption had the opportunity to retake that 13-point lead, it's 2 consecutive traveling calls against the Assumption Greyhounds. It allows Navon Stewart to check back into this contest, maybe the biggest shot of the game, giving Assumption all the momentum as Stewart hit a 3-ball as time ran out on the first half, pushing a 2-point Greyhound lead to a 5-point Greyhound lead. They're up by 10 right now. Their largest lead has been 13. And the intensity, which came on late in the first half for the Greyhounds, hasn't subsided. That's hard-charging defense there by Noah Payne. No, pardon me, it's on the backside of the play. Kyle Hicks called for the foul. So it's 4 team fouls against the Greyhounds now. Hicks commits his first. 2 players with 3 personal fouls in this game. They're both on Assumption. Mawo and Alcindor each with 3. Cunningham Pemberton with 2. Hicks Dembele with 1. Akot around Payne. Stop and pop. Wow, a tough 2 for Bol Akot. The degree of difficulty was there. He just needed to get away from the wingspan of Noah Payne. But an easy press break here for the Greyhounds. Mawo blocked by Small. Oh, that was almost an impossible matchup there for Tyler Small. It looked like he came out okay. Low contact there on the body by Small, and it was Diang on the backside of that play. He was pleading his teammate's case, but it will be 2 more free throws coming up for Beryl Mawo. Came into action 14 of 15 from the stripe on the season. 1 of 2 so far today. First one up and short. And so a buck to the trend here for the junior out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Came into this game the team's leader, 93.3% from the line. Post hoping for another out-of-character miss here to push Mawo to 1 of 4 from the day. Instead, that one all Cotton. Lead stretches back out to 9. But a slight opening here, it feels like, for Post University. Once again, it was just the 13-point lead for Assumption. Post has finally shown the ability to get some buckets down underneath. It was the 3-point shooting that carried the Eagles to keep it close in the first half. They went 7 of 10 from beyond the arc in half number 1. Small, that's a tough 3. Man in his face, and he drills it. I think if you ask Coach Foucher right next to me, that's good defense there from Navon Stewart, but it drops for Small. He's now 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, and a turnover forced by the Eagles. This game has featured plenty of runs. Right now it is an 11-4 run for Post University, and they have a chance to make this a one-possession game on the baseline inbound here. Akot surveying the scene, has Chin. Instead, it's Diang flashing out to the left elbow. Hands it off to Akot. They look for the pick and roll. Instead, Akot keeps it himself. He just scored over Noah Payne there. This time, Payne had his bases covered. And the ball going the other way now. Hicks, one-on-one with Small, picks up his dribble, wings it back over to Beryl Mawo. Alcindor, man in his face for 3, almost got the roll off the front iron. Instead, Chin pulls down his second rebound of the contest. Small, probing, spinning. Oh, a beautiful pass to Warnock for 2. Tyler Small with the slow play. It is a 13-4 run for the Post University Eagles, and they're back to within 4. 9 minutes through this first half, 11 to go, and a timeout taken by Assumption. It is the Eagles running at the Drubner Center. They're back to within 4. The Assumption Greyhounds 52, the Post Eagles 48. More after this break on the CACC Network. We're back here at the Drubner Center. 4 minutes ago, this was a completely different contest. It was a 13-point lead for Assumption University. But this full-court press creating some havoc right now against the Greyhounds. Z McCown back into the game to help break the press. Barnes has the outlet in the form of Dowda Dembele, who has the size mismatch on a cut, but he's picked up by Dieng, and that forces him to pick up the dribble. Small almost forces the turnover on the backside of this play. Ball tipped out, shot clock still at 17 for the Assumption Greyhounds. It feels like Post University has missed out on maybe 4 or 5 more turnovers by a hair, but don't tell their bench that. This is the loudest we've heard the post side of the court in quite some time. McCown almost over Williams. A lot of contact, no whistle, and now the Eagles have a chance to make this maybe even a 1-point game. But they can bring it into one possession here. It's Small. He's been the point man on offense here in the second half. Warnock, kick out, a caught, open three in rhythm, and down it goes for the Eagles. Oh, baby, 10 of 17 from beyond the arc for Post University. That's how they're hanging with the Greyhounds. It's back to 1, and this one's tipped out by Williams. It's out of bounds off Williams, and Assumption University needing something here. This is the first time we've seen this is the starting 5 back on the floor for Assumption. So the bench unit, I don't want to say hemorrhaged away those points, but it was a slow burn for Assumption. Now back to a 1-point game. All 5 starters, except for McCown, on the floor. No, McCown, a starter as well. That's a legal play just to buy some more space for Cunningham Pemberton. Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton has done a little bit of a lot of everything. 6 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 7 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Dembele, 1-on-1 against Radcliffe. Beautiful post move, but he leaves it short off the front iron, and Joakim Radcliffe now 5 boards off the bench. Post University, they have held 1 lead in this game back when it was 13-12. Akot gets it back to Post. Ball Akot looked like he might have been dealing with a very serious injury in the first half. He had just 2 points in the first half. He has 7 second half points. He's up to 9, and Post has taken their second lead of this contest, 53-52. Dembele, Assumption needs something here. He leaves this one short off the up and under. Dieng gets the board for the Eagles. He's up to 4 boards now. Williams, corner 3, it's short. Radcliffe gets his 6th board. Back out to Williams. He'll try it again. That one misses wide right, and the board pulled in by, of all people, Z McCown for the Greyhounds. Wow, through contact for 2, Lenny Tangashaka. And the freshman out of Randolph, Massachusetts, making quite an impact. Tangashaka, 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He has a chance to get into double figures now, and to put the lead back up by 2. Assumption getting some unlikely contributions today. Tangashaka with 9, Cunningham Pemberton with 6, Miles Alcindor 5 points off the bench. And we have ourselves a great game here. Feeling like a little bit more defensive-minded than I think all of us anticipated coming in. But it's been very evenly matched in spite of the big runs. Post University has held 2 1-point leads in this game. Assumption at one point had a 13-point lead just 6.5 minutes ago on the clock. But Bull, Akot, and Tyler Small, the guard play, bringing Post back into this contest here. Akot wants some space now as he has the big man Dembele. Probes in, drops the dribble, has Chin skying up and under for 2. Doesn't look like a freshman, does Anthony Chin, as he uses his verticality to get an open look and finishes on the up and under. 8:25 left on a running clock. Man slips, ball is loose, Chin jumps on it, and it's picked up by Radcliffe. Now a cut. Swatted on the play by Dembele. It gets back to Radcliffe, and a timeout is taken by Post University. What a hectic run of play, and this game deserves the timeout right now. 8:15 left to go, and maybe some words between Assumption teammates here in Z McCown and Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton, and it looks like they are on the same page in front of us. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here from the Drubner Center. We are tied all square at 55 apiece. Post University shooting 46% from the field. Assumption University at 49%. Here's the big number, the real reason why Post is tied with Assumption in this game. Only 10 three balls attempted by Assumption. They've only made 3 of them. So 30% from the line for the Greyhounds. Meanwhile, Post University has put up 19 trays, and they have connected on 10 of 19. A bit out of character for the Eagles. I mean, they love to put up threes, but they've been hitting three-pointers at a 34% clip. Hot shooting from beyond the arc, the reason why Post is in this game. And that press has really started to work for the Eagles. They committed 9 turnovers to 7 by Assumption in the first half. Post has committed just 3 in this second half. Assumption has already committed 6, and we still have 8:15 left to go in the second half. So Post got that timeout. Let's see what they draw up in it. Sanders back onto the floor for the Eagles. Radcliffe, they give him baseline, drives in, gets walled off, is able to find Chin close to a traveling violation, and here's Warnock. Out to Tangashaka. A cut from deep. It's short off the front iron. Chin gets the board. Shot clock resets. 18 now to shoot for Post. Akat taking his time here. Gets the screen from Radcliffe. Doesn't really use it. Oh, wow, some room for the right-handed drive. The scooping layup is good. And Ball Akat up to 9 points now in this second half. He shot 4 of 5 here in half number 2. The welcome addition back into the scoring column for the Eagles, and a player averaging 14 points per contest, up to 11, and Post University, this is their largest lead of the game. How about that? But they're up by 2. Cunningham Pemberton, step back 3, down it goes for Tayshawn Cunningham Pemberton. He's up to 9 points. A player shooting just 13% from beyond the arc, coming into action unfazed. That's a huge tray ball, giving Assumption a 1-point lead. And the ball is stolen away by Lenny Tangashaka. Into the corner. Barnes for 3. In and out. Tangashaka had it for a second. Ball still getting kicked around. And that's a tough break for Miles Alcindor. Or pardon me. No, it's Barnes committing the foul. For Jamal Barnes, that's his first. 5th team foul now, both teams with 5 fouls here in the second half. Pretty big group sub coming in here for Post. Taquan Williams, Tyler Small, both back in. So this is, with the exception of Tyler Small, the starting 5 for Post. So you have Akat, Williams, and Small in the backcourt. Warnock and Diang in the front court for the Eagles. It's Cunningham, Pemberton, and Dembele and Barnes down low for the Greyhounds. Tangashaka and McCown up top right now for Assumption. Let's see, some concerns about a damp spot here, as we have had the bodies really hitting the hardwood in half number 2. It looks like the broom was ready. We do have the court worker here with the broom on the far side of the court. They were ready to get called into action. Instead, referees and some players' shoes taking care of it. We'll hope. It's a 1-point lead for Assumption. Post University really dominating the second half here, forcing 3 more turnovers than they've committed. Bolakat in the middle of a 9-point second half. Wow, draws the foul, and Z McCown does not like the call. Let's see, it's important here. Are they saying it's on the floor or on the shot? And that is on the shot. Wow. Akat, he'll take the lucky break right there, and he'll get 2 coming up for the Eagles. That's just the first foul committed by Z McCown, but it is the 16th foul against Assumption. So we will certainly be playing the free throw game down the stretch here at the Drubner Center. Akat, first of 2, misses short. You can see the excitement there from the Greyhounds bench. They're claiming ball don't lie on that one, and so Akat will get his second free throw here. Man, he's a player that knows how to get to the line. Coming into action, 70 attempts from the stripe, a 74% shooter. Second of 2, up and good. So we're tied again. A back-and-forth contest finds even footing yet again. 6.5 minutes left to go. Knotted at 58, and the full-court press still in full effect. But Tangashaka beats it, and Cunningham Pemberton lets it rain. Misses long. Warnock there for the board. That is his 4th rebound of the contest. Post University still getting outboarded, and oh no, Williams throws it away. Barnes has Tangashaka running the floor, got it and one for Lenny Tangashaka. And what a coming out party this is for the freshman from Randolph, Massachusetts. So Tangashaka up to 12 points now. It looked like they called the foul. No, so it's going to go against Saquon Williams. That's his second. Both teams now sitting at 6 fouls. Lenny Tangashaka, a player averaging 5.5 points per contest. He has started in 6 of his 8 career games as an Assumption Greyhound. But nearing a career high in points, and what a time as his team has seen a 13-point lead slip away in this second half. It's been the efforts of the freshmen keeping Assumption up. They're back up 3. What does Post have as an answer? 6 minutes on a running clock here is Small to Warnock. Gets baseline, stops. That's a smart play by Dembele. Got to make him earn it, right? So he wraps up Warnock underneath. For Dauda Dembele, it's his second personal. That will be 7 team fouls. So it'll be interesting to see if this one's on the floor or on the shot. We'll be shooting free throws either way. Timeout on the floor. Oh, wow, and they're having a discussion right now about if this was an intentional foul underneath or not. That'll be very interesting. So this could be one of 3 things. It's either a 1-and-1 on a foul on the floor, a 2-shot foul, or an intentional foul, which is 2 shots and retention of possession. The refs are heading to the scorer's table. Let's see. We're going to get word here. It is an intentional foul called against Dauda Dembele, and so important to note, that will go down as his second personal, but with the intentional demarcation. And we got it right now. Flagrant 1 the call. So it's going to be 2 shots and the ball out of bounds here for Post. That could have gone any way, right? It could have been a foul on the floor. It could have been a straight-up shooting foul. From the broadcaster's point of view, we're far away from it. It looked like the smart play, just making Warnock earn it, but the wrap-up ruled intentional. So here's 2 coming up for Harrison Warnock. Oh, and he misses the first, so again, Post University leaving points on the free throw line. Warnock, a 71% free throw shooter in his grad season out of Baldwin, New York. He makes the second. Post University retains possession after the intentional foul. So once again, that's not any more than just a second personal foul. But with the flagrant demarcation, right, all eyes on Dembele. He cannot commit another flagrant 1 and stay in this game. Obviously a flagrant 2. That ejects anyone who commits a flagrant 2. Probably expect Dembele to come back into this game fairly soon, but he's on the sideline right now. Do the Eagles look to attack down low? They give it to Diang. He's walled off with a double team. Akot gets the squirt out, gets Payne in the air. Unbelievable finish for Bol Akot. Coach Foucher, I hear his argument as it looks like Akot might have gotten away with throwing some upper body into the defender, but count the basket for the man of the hour, Bol Akot. Now, 12 of his 14 points coming in this second half. He is right on his season average of 14 points a game and has a chance to give the lead back to the Eagles. It is 8 team fouls now against Assumption. It's the first of the game on Noah Payne, and Akot hits it. So Bol Akot now leading all scorers in this game with 15 points. He's 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from the stripe, 2 boards, 3 assists, and a memorable performance. Ball is tipped by Diang, stolen by Williams, and now Post, for the first time in this game, slowing it down. A small 3 misses long. He dives in. Oh, and the ball is last touched by Cunningham Pemberton, and it will stay with the Eagles underneath. That's a rough break for Assumption right there, as they had the man in position to get the board. He might have been falling to the floor on the play, and in that subsequent rhythm, it hits off his leg. And there you go. Dembele off the floor for all but 26 seconds. He's back on for the Greyhounds. Probably a quick break here for Cunningham Pemberton. A little bit of a bigger look now. 3 in for the Greyhounds as Williams on the inbound here has Warnock. Warnock quickly met in the corner, but he has the size mismatch on Payne. Swarming defense around the perimeter from the Greyhounds. Akot, another one. This one short off the front iron, and Noah Payne gets the board. Now Payne, probing ahead, decides to peel it back with 25 to shoot. Payne going to keep it himself. The freshman from Voorhees, New Jersey, the Philadelphia area product, a lot of momentum en route to the hoop. He draws the foul on Williams. How about that? That is the first post player to commit 3 personal fouls in this contest. So 3 fouls now for Mawo, Alcindor, and Dembele for the Greyhounds. Taquan Williams, the first player with 3 for the Eagles. And it's Noah Payne with the chance to give Assumption the lead back with 5:09 remaining in this contest. Noah Payne leads the Greyhounds now with 24 free throw attempts on the season. He hasn't started a game. He averages 19.5 minutes per contest, so this is a talented freshman who shows you he knows how to create his own bucket. This to give the Greyhounds the lead back with 5:09 left. Nothing but nylon on both of those shots. And so 2 talented freshmen, Lenny Tangashaka and Noah Payne, helping keep the Greyhounds in front here in half number 2. Under 5 minutes left to go here from the Drubner Center. Handoff to Williams, trying to slip it to Warnock. It's Small in rhythm for 3. Down it goes for Tyler Small. Coming into action, shooting 41% from distance. He is 4 of 6 from beyond the arc today. It's Dembele in and out on the answer, but it's Tangashaka crashing in on the rebound. Lenny Tangashaka, 15 points. Leading all scorers for Assumption, and the freshman out of Randolph, Massachusetts, keeping this game knotted up. Dieng, pretty far away from his normal positioning there. Williams, fronted by Tangashaka, hands it off to Warnock. Akot, and the Eagles running out of time in this possession. Jump stop, spins, wow, gets the floater off, misses it short. Warnock tips it right to Payne. Look at the performance here by Payne. Barnes running the floor, slips it back out. Now a look down low to Dembele. He's met by a double team. It's Jamal Barnes. Oh, a beautiful look down low, and Beryl Mawo answers for the Greyhounds. His presence has came and went in this game, but Mawo now with 10 points to go along with 6 boards. This game has had a little bit of everything. Dieng, he's been quiet here in the second half. Too much on the drive, and a huge rebound, 2 in a row for Jamal Barnes. Barnes has yet to score in this game, but he does have 3 rebounds with an assist and a steal. Ball in the hands of the freshman Noah Payne. Mawo. High screen there. Williams able to fight through it. Warnock and Small switch off. Tangashaka to Payne. Dribble drive. A lot of contact, no whistle. And Akot gets the board for the Eagles. Post trailing by 2. They reset the ball high on the coach's hash. Williams gets Mawo in the air. Akot to Dieng. Puts it on the deck. Oh, might have gotten away with a carry there. Gets his own rebound. Through some contact. No, misses again, but Warnock is there. Akot for the lead. Long. Warnock skies up through contact, is able to pull it down for the Eagles. Small is open. That one misses short and right, and the rebound goes right to Tangashaka. And Coach Foucher very excited to tell his team to slow it down. Oh, the Eagles got all the looks they could have ever wanted on that possession, and they can't get one to fall. And now Assumption has a chance to make this a 2-possession game. Dembele probing on Dieng. Wow, the angle is there for Dalida Dembele. Tangashaka and Dembele tied for the team high with 15 points. Does Coach Kuntz call a timeout here? No, he elects to play through. Williams has a man open. It's Small. Out to Warnock on the deck. Back to Small. 16 to shoot for post. As they try and regain their poise here. Akot. Oh my goodness! Found the angle on Beryl Mawo and somehow is able to get it up and under. That is the first player now with 4 personal fouls in Beryl Mawo. And Bol Akot continues his incendiary second half. 17 points. 15 of them here in the second half. Timeout taken by Assumption. We'll take a quick break as well. When we come back, Post has the chance to make this a 1-point game. The Assumption Greyhounds 69, the Post Eagles 67. 2:04 left to play. We'll be back right after this on the CACC Network. Welcome back inside the Drubner Center. My name is Chris Del Sordo. 2:04 left to go here in this contest. It is a 2-point lead for Assumption University as it looks like Z McCown re-entering this game for the Greyhounds. Bol Akot at the free throw line with a chance for 18 points on the contest. He leads all scorers. He had just 2 points. He had just 2 points at halftime. He has scored 15 of his 17 points here in the second half. And a player who came into action 74% from the stripe. He is 2 of 3 today, has a big one shot coming up here. Akot. Got it. The senior out of Manchester, New Hampshire, able to shrug off a potentially scary knee injury. Full court press broken here by the Greyhounds. Barnes gets it across the timeline, has McCown. 3 different freshmen playing huge minutes right now on the floor for the Greyhounds in Payne, McCown, and Tangashaka. Here's a junior in Dembele. Hands it off to Noah Payne. To make it a 3-point lead, misses long on the runner, and Warnock pulls down his 6th board for the Eagles. Have to think the ball's going to stay with Bol Akot here. Maybe a chance for 20. Tyler Small, one-on-one on Payne. Hands it off to Taquan Williams. Williams 3 of 10 from the floor, all 3 of his makes from beyond the arc. Dieng to Williams. Short off the front iron, he was able to get Dembele leading. That was the look that you want there for Taquan Williams, but he is now 3 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Dembele working against Warnock, spinning and long for 2. Tangashaka, what a play by the Greyhounds to get it off the body of Dieng and buy another 19 seconds for Assumption. Lenny Tangashaka, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. And that might be the play of the game right there to give Assumption another chance to stretch out this 1-point lead. We are in our final minute of basketball here at the Drubner Center. McCown off to Tangashaka. Why not for 3? And he misses it short. And Harrison Warnock, 8 rebounds in this contest. 6 of them have come in the second half. It was a quiet first half for Akot and Warnock. They both contributed to the cause here. Akot got it for 2. So much movement. He's up to 20 points now. 18 of them coming in the second half. And the clock, we got a lot to worry about with the clock right now. So this is going to give Assumption a chance to talk over their game plan here. It's Post University outscoring Assumption 36-30 here in half number 2. Remember, it was a 5-point lead at halftime for Assumption. Their largest lead in the second half got up to 13 points. And how about this? Where we stand right now, a 1-point lead for the Post Eagles. We have a full timeout taken by Assumption. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the conclusion from the Drubner Center. Post 70, Assumption 69. .9 seconds left in this contest. Overtime, a very real possibility. It is the 6-4 Post Eagles leading the 5-2 Assumption Greyhounds by 1 point. Post 70, Assumption 69, and let's see what the Greyhounds drew up out of that timeout. Assumption in the double bonus, so any foul they commit will lead to 2 Post free throws. Post in the bonus, so any foul they commit will lead to an Assumption 1-1. Barnes over to Payne. They try to get it quickly down low to Dembele. One-on-one against Warnock. Puts the shoulder in. Spins. Lefty shot is good. Dawida Dembele up to 17 points now, winning the one-on-one battle against Harrison Warnock. And we're going to play through it, folks. Buckle your seatbelts. Akot looking for 22. He's blocked by Payne. Oh, and that ball might have gotten off the body of Akot. Instead, the ball stays with Post. That allows a substitution now, defense for offense. Tangashaka coming in for McCown. Timeout taken here by Assumption. It will allow them to draw up their new defense. A full timeout, we'll take another break. Assumption 71, Post 70. More right after this from the Drubner Center on the CACC Network. What a game we have for you here from the Drubner Center. My name is Chris Del Sordo. You are watching the CACC Network. Assumption University has one timeout at their disposal. Post can still take two, so we might have another break in the action, but let's see what Post has out of this timeout. It's Taquan Williams waiting to inbound, and so yes, that's the numbers we're at. Assumption still with one timeout remaining. Post still with two. Let's see, it's Williams on the inbound. Post action is underway. They go right to Warnock. 11 seconds on a running clock. Williams probes out. Almost picked up the dribble. Some trouble here. Small. Goes all the way through. Some contact. No whistle. And the foul committed with 2.8 seconds left. And Tangashaka, a 1-and-1 coming up here for Assumption. Tangashaka, a player that does not get to the free throw line often. Coming into action just 36.4% on the season, and Post having two timeouts, this really benefits them there. They're going to take a timeout here, which means if Tangashaka misses the front end of the 1-and-1 and they get the rebound, they can essentially call another timeout and keep 2.8 seconds on the clock. So what a moment now. It feels like it's very fitting that this game will belong to Lenny Tangashaka on the free throw line. He is 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 from the stripe, along with his 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals for the true freshman out of Randolph, Massachusetts. I can't really call it a coming out party because this is a player that has started 6 of his 8 games so far as a true freshman for a power Northeast 10 team in Assumption University. But throughout those first 7 career games played, he's only averaged 5.5 points. He has been the man second to Dawida Dembele today for Assumption University. Dembele leading all scorers with 17 for Assumption. Tangashaka second with 15. Baril Mawo, the only other player in double figures for the Greyhounds, with 10. It's been a 3-man attack here, but Bo Lacotte really leading the way for the Eagles. He has 20, Tyler Small with 15, Deng Diang with 13, but he has yet to score in the second half for the Eagles. It is a 1-and-1 for Lenny Tangashaka. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. The true freshman from Randolph waits for his first. Got it. Nothing but net. The career day continues as that one hits nothing but nylon. And so let's see the approach here. Do you miss the second end, or you just try and make this a 3-point game? And if that's the case, if you're the Eagles, the best you could then hope for would be OT. Second end of the 1-and-1 for Tangashaka. Rattles it home. The Eagles do take their final timeout. And when we come back, it'll all come down to this. 2.8 seconds left to go. The Assumption University Greyhounds 73. The Post University Eagles 70. My name is Chris Del Sordo, and we'll be right back with the finale of regulation after this on the CACC Network. So one timeout remaining for Assumption, none left. None left for Post, and they have to go the length of the floor. 2.8, it's Warnock on the baseline. He has Small 10 feet to his right. It's Dembele guarding the ball. Small sets the screen. That allows Dieng to get it on the deck. Some contact at the buzzer, and he misses long. And the youngsters for Assumption University carry the Greyhounds across the finish line. They have won their 6th consecutive game and move to 6-2 on the season. A Herculean second half effort for Bull Akot, and the Eagles falls just short. With the loss, Post University will move to 6-5 on the campaign. Unfortunately, a 2-4 home record at this point on the season for Post. And once again, with the win, Assumption moves to 6-2, and they stay perfect on the road on the season, moving to 4-0. Today's final score from the Drubner Center: the Assumption University Greyhounds 73, the Post University Eagles 70. We'll draw up the final numbers and come back to tie a bow on this thing from the Drubner Center right after this break. We are back here at the Drubner Center. There are the final stats. This game could not have been any closer. A chance for Post to tie it at the buzzer falls by the wayside, and it is a 3-point victory for the Assumption University Greyhounds. The disparity beyond the arc didn't really catch back up for Post. The Eagles were able to outshoot Assumption, going 11 of 26 from distance. The Greyhounds going just 4 of 15, but it was the prowess underneath carrying Assumption across the finish line. They ended this game just a hair short of 50%, shooting 30 of 62 from the field. The Eagles 26 of 63, ending their day at a 41.3% clip. Rebounds as close as possible, one more for Assumption, one more offensive rebound for Post, and even turnovers, 15 in both directions. The difference in this game was the talented youngsters for the Assumption University Greyhounds, particularly Lenny Tangashaka, tied for the team high with 17 points, a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. All 4 of those freebies made in the second half, and how about 6 rebounds and 2 steals to boot? Daouda Dembele, 17 points on 8 of 16 shooting, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block for the Greyhounds. And Baril Mawo, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and the play of the game defensively on the final possession for Post. And for Post, Bull Akot, the story offensively, he ends the game with a game-high 20 points, 18 of those 20 coming in the second half, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Deng Diang had a great first half, 13 points on 5 of 11 shooting, but he went 0 for 4 in the second half. Maybe a reason why Post couldn't close the deal. Tyler Small, the other player of note, scoring 15 points on 4 of 6 shooting. And so that will do it for us here today from the Drubner Center. Both of these teams with one more game before their winter break. For Jack, Jared, Kristen, and Mike, my name is Chris Del Sordo. Thank you for hanging out with us today on the CACC Network. We will see you again shortly. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and go Eagles.